Nigeria, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is becoming a failed state and need to rub shoulders with the like of Somalia and Mogadishu. What is happening currently in Nigeria is pathetic and is a call for concern, especially to the United Nations, the African Union, European Union, and other relevant bodies that are supposed to intervene in issues like this. In fact, the UN Security Council need to give a pass to nations to intervene urgently in the situation in Nigeria. Currently, there was a kidnap case that occurred in Kaduna State in Kuruge local government area where 8 adults alongside a good number, dozens of primary school children were kidnapped in that school with their head teacher kidnapped in their school. And the principal also was kidnapped in the school. So far, the kidnappers are very violent and they have made their demands clear. Each day passes, when each day passes by, they resort in torturing brutally those in their keepings. That is the pupils, the students, and the teachers. And they are threatened to unalive them if the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't intervene financially. These kidnappers have threatened and have recorded video how they are issuing untold pain to the lives of those under their keeping. And they have recorded a series of videos where they force their victims to record videos and to issue the demands which the kidnappers want the government to give into. Now, the ironical situation here is, if someone had done a video condemning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if someone had done a video criticizing or attacking President Tinubu, the Nigerian Secret Service, the Nigerian DSS, all the relevant security agencies would have used the available tool at their disposal to track that person and get the person arrested. The most recent one is a man called Justice Crack, a social media influencer who was tracked down, kidnapped, not arrested, kidnapped by Nigerian Defense and Security Forces, held incommunicado for weeks until pressure mounted before the military came out to say yes, he was in their custody. And why did they attest? It is because Justice Crack's car was found in the military complex. Then the military came out to say yes, it's in our keeping. Now, on this issue in Kiruga local government area, Kaduna State, the kidnappers have given a very tight deadline for Nigerian president and the government to meet up with their demands, or else they will unalive all these individuals. This is the same thing that occurred in the Chibok case in 2012. The difference here is the First Lady of Nigeria under the time of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was very active. She actually played a key role in seeing into it that people kidnapped are released and to put pressure such that the government rescue those who are kidnapped. The president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, showed concern, released a series of statements as far as insecurity was concerned and criminal cases. But when you look at this regime of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria seems not to care. In fact, his wife is acting like the kidnapping is occurring in the neighboring country, not in Nigeria. One would have thought that the campaigns on freeing these 8 adults plus primary school children would have started from the decks of the First Lady of Nigeria, Remi Tinubu, but she doesn't care. The First Lady of Nigeria doesn't care. What she cares more about is how to get her husband re-elected, because she knows that she's the one controlling the government. She knows that she's the one more intelligent than the husband. She knows that she's the one putting the shots, so automatically she's the de facto president. Because if this incident, how will you explain the fact that a country that called itself the giant of Africa is unable to rescue 8 adults plus pupils and students kidnapped by gunmen? The government have been releasing series of videos. So can't those videos be tracked? Can't that area be geologically or geographically located? Can't there be a special squad mission that can go in and rescue these people? The government have given a deadline. And you need to see how they record the torture that they are torturing children. Just simply because the government has not met their demands. And we ask the question, what is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu doing? He himself has not tweeted. The nation is boiling. And the sad reality is that most of the professors you consider as professors, Nobel winner Wole Soyinka, is quiet. And that tells you that tribalism in Nigeria, as long as tribalism is concerned in Nigeria, it makes even the most intelligent stupid. It makes the most intelligent dumb. It makes the most intelligent to be very, very, very unproductive. How will you understand that faced with this issue of insecurity, that every day there is a kidnapping issue in Nigeria? Professor Wole Soyinka has not reacted following the kidnapping of school children, teachers, and primary school pupils. Why has he not reacted? He has not reacted because he firmly defended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He campaigned actively for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, despite clearing evidence that Tinubu is a failed president and will be a failed president. Wole Soyinka campaigned actively for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In fact, he questioned the character of Peter Greg Roby, a man whose character epitomized honesty, integrity, morals, track record. That is to tell you that when tribalism is brought into the picture in Nigeria, especially in the Yoruba land, when tribalism is brought, the most educated are seen as dumb, are seen as illiterate, and one is then tempted to question the rationale under which they were made professors. Who made them professors? Because in the book of Professor Bernard Fanon, a revered professor in Cameroon, titled A Genuine Intellectual, he said a university is not for the mindless mob, but for the talented tent. Simply put, that a university trained intellectuals that are supposed to stand up when things matter. And if you look at Albert Einstein once said, the world will only be a better place if those who react when they ought to react. Professor Wole Soyinka has not reacted. He was given a Nobel Peace Prize winner. This is the time. He has not reacted. Why? Because it is his tribesman that is in power. He has even started campaigning for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has even started attacking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu advice competitors. And then we ask the question, how did he become a professor? This is a time where any right-thinking professor, especially a Nobel Peace winner, will stand up. These gunmen have given this family, his pupil in their custody, a very short deadline. The government of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has not tweeted, has not even reacted. In the press, he was asked about insecurity. He gave a funny answer that even him does not understand the answer he gave. And so we are asking the question, what is ECOWAS doing to intervene militarily in Nigeria? Does Nigeria don't have what it takes to locate and rescue those people? Nigeria is a failed state. Saying that is okay. What are the ingredients of the failed state? One, the government is unable to assert full control. Nigeria government has proven that they don't have what it takes to assert full control. Two, when there's chaos and anarchy in governance, of course, we see that in Nigeria. The currency is down, the economy is down, inflation rate is up, cost of living is high, standard of living is low. And Nigeria will pride itself as the giant of Africa. What giant of Africa? Where you cannot rescue your own citizens, held in captivities for days. But if someone somewhere records a video, attacks Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that person will be picked. Even if that person goes to the pit of hell, that person will be picked. Is the instrument for tracking Only for those against Tinubu? That's what Nigerians are asking.
Yeah, start.
I am Mrs. Alamu, FR. I am the principal of Community High School, Esiele, in Orire local government of Oyo State. On Friday, around 9:30, we were attacked by a certain group of people, and a good number of us were abducted, the staff and the students as well. And we have been here since Friday. I am making this video to ask for help from everyone, starting from the federal government of Nigeria and Oyo State government, Engineer Seyi Makinde, the Christian Association of Nigeria, and all well-meaning Nigerians, that they should come to our help and settle this thing peacefully so that our lives will not be lost. Thank you very much.